Hey everybody, I hope that you've all had a chance to go over those websites and really become familiar with the variety of occupations that are available in Canada. Like I said in the previous video, there's over 40,000 job titles available, which is, there's no way a person can think of all of those titles off the top of their head. So there's got to be something in there that really interests you and that is in your field of interest that you didn't even know existed. So make sure that you take even a second glance if you're not quite sure if you fully understand what's all out there or not, because I think that's probably the most valuable thing at this stage of the course, is just to understand what all is out there. This is where I go into a little speech about making sure that you understand the right career for you and making sure that you don't go into a career because that's just what you've always thought and that's what people have always told you that you should be. Obviously, I'm a teacher. I went to university for 6 years. In my class of about 100 students, maybe half of those students are pursuing a career in teaching. And it blows your mind because you know that you're setting up for teaching, and a lot of them say, oh, well, I want to be a teacher because I want to work with kids. And then they go through and they realize, oh, well, I don't really like creating lesson plans, I just like playing and having fun. And a lot of the things that they don't like about teaching are things that you could have looked up and found out before you went ahead and paid for 5 or 6 years in university. They're still all doing great jobs, and a lot of people are pursuing a career in the field of education, or they're still working with youth and they're still helping out youth, but maybe just not in a school setting, which is fine. That's why I want to talk to you now before you go and commit to a career, just to make sure that you can match up every single one of your interests with an occupation that you will absolutely love. So I have friends who they decided that they don't want to work in a school setting, but they still want to help youth, so they're working in youth shelters, they're working with youth empowerment companies and NGOs. I have people working at museums, at storybook gardens, at all kinds of places all over the world. There's youth counselors working in group homes, working at correctional facilities for minors. There's tons of occupations out there that match with their interests. They just weren't aware of it before they signed up for teaching, because teaching is just one of those things that pops out into your mind when you're very young and you kind of grow up fostering that idea of becoming a teacher. And that's the same with a lot of things, with nurses, with doctors and lawyers, and you name it, you can probably continue to understand what it is that I'm saying. My sister right now, she went through for fashion. She didn't quite know what in fashion she wanted to do, but she went ahead and got a fashion communications degree. And so now she's kind of scattering around trying to think of what exactly is the job that she wants in fashion. And she's kind of feeling overwhelmed because she didn't think of this plan before she went ahead and did the degree. And instead of looking online at these places that I'm showing you guys, she's kind of resorting to, oh, maybe I'll go to school for another year. Or, oh, maybe I'll become just a fashion teacher, because what else are you going to do with this degree? There's tons of things for her out there, she just doesn't realize it yet. So this is why I want to get to you now. Like I said before, please take a look at your field, understand what your real interests are. If you have a specific job in mind, look at all the main duties and see if you like all of those main duties. If there's something about that job you don't like, keep looking until you find a job that absolutely matches all of your interests and your skill sets. So that's enough about that. I'm done with my big speech. We're going to move on. you are going to be doing a career research project. So this means you're going to go into the field of interest, your field of interest, and select one specific job that is intriguing to you. One that you're finding is matching up with your personal interests and skill sets quite well. Don't, just because you're choosing to do your project on this doesn't mean that you have to go out and become this person. It's just a project, so don't worry, you're not choosing your whole life path just yet. Once you select your job, please just make sure that you're thinking outside of the box and you really are choosing something that truly interests you. You're going to be creating a presentation. Now, the format of this presentation, I would prefer to be a PowerPoint laced with video, if you know how to combine the two. Kind of like what I've been doing so far. I'll give you a title and then I'll speak about something. Is what I'm kind of hoping for you. If you don't know how to do that, that's fine. Chat with me and we'll discuss how to make a regular PowerPoint presentation work to our benefit. If you have issues with speaking in front of a camera, we can discuss that too, but you have to contact me first before you go ahead and make any decisions further than that. So in your career research, once you choose your career, you're going to be talking about where you found it on the NOC, what the NOC code is. You're going to be describing what that person does within that job, what you need to do to become qualified, so any certificates, any post-secondary education, any on-the-job training. You're going to be talking about things that students can do in high school to prepare themselves for a job in that field. So any optional courses that they'd be able to choose, any volunteer positions, or maybe part-time work that they could do just to increase their experience in the field. After high school, what types of training would someone need to acquire? And then you're going to talk about why that is a good career for you. So you're going to take the information from your personal profile and the requirements for that job, so the skills that employers are looking for, and you're going to tell me how they match up and how they intertwine. Afterwards, I want you to go revisit the Working in Canada website and do a little bit of research on the future outlook for that position. If it's one of those positions that there's not a lot of information on, find a related career and maybe use that information, or feel free to use other websites or even just ask around, but do back up your opinion with research. I don't want you to, for example, I have students right now at a school that I'm teaching at, and I had one student tell me, oh, people are always going to have hair that grows, so they'll always need someone to cut it, therefore hairdressing is going to be in high demand in the future. You don't know that. You need to make sure that you have some sort of research to back that information up, okay? After you complete that, then you're done. So I'm reading this off of this paper here. I'm going to be either scanning it and putting it online for you to use, or I'll be retyping it and maybe adding or taking out some things just to make it more effective. Each one of these sections here are going to be maybe a title in your PowerPoint or a heading before you go and speak about it. I do need to see every one of these categories in your presentation in order for full marks. If you go back onto the module, probably underneath this video, I will have this outline. I will also have the rubric for this posted in the assessment section. So if you go back to our class homepage, on the top toolbar, you'll see assessments, and under assessments you can click down and look for rubrics, and you'll find my career research rubric, and please aim for level 4. Many times when people aim for level 4, they usually achieve it. It's not too hard to achieve a level 4 in my class. All right, so go ahead, please be creative with your occupation selection. Please contact me if you have any questions whatsoever, if you need a little bit of guidance, if you want to just check in with me to see if the career you're choosing is on the right path, or even if you're just having trouble selecting just one. Let me know. That's what I'm here for, just to help you out, okay? So good luck!